Okay. Okay. So we have different areas. So as I said that we have the different areas because if I'm starting my business, suppose let's say I'm just starting the business. Okay. When I just started the business, so obviously I need different kind of the people who can support that. Like sales people, they can support for the sales. They are dealing with the customers. They are dealing with the customer orders. They are dealing with the deliveries. Okay, dispatching, customer billing, payments, all these things. Okay, and when we're talking about a plant maintenance, so they are especially looking into the plant maintenance related. Okay, so that means suppose I have the machinery, so I cannot run 24 by 7 and 365 days. I cannot run that because so even it is machinery, we have to give some gap because we are continuously working on the machinery. Obviously, the life cycle will be reduced. So we should be having some proper maintenance for this plant. Okay, and if it is coming to production planning, so production people, what they will do, they will be manufacturing the goods. So what are the finished goods we are selling to the customer, that we are manufacturing internally by using the components. Okay, so that way the production department. So like every area is very important. So it's not like only material management is very important, or it's only like warehouse management it is required, or it is only like quality management. So depends on the businesses. Okay, the business areas are very important. Especially the special areas are very important. Okay, if I just talking about that. Okay, if you see that. Okay, is it mandatory always material management? Is it mandatory every time finance is mandatory? Is it mandatory always controlling? Is it mandatory always production planning? Is it required always sales and distribution people? Is it required always plant maintenance or project system? So like HR. So if I just talking about this one, okay, it is not necessary all the areas in the all the business. If suppose I'm the trading business, okay, so what I can do? What do you mean by trading? So did anyone know about that? What is the meaning of trading business? What do you mean by trading?
Trading means it's like transporting one goods to another place by doing a business.
Okay, okay. So simple, I can say like trading is nothing but like a, I'm buying the product. I'm buying product from outside, from vendor. Okay, and I'm selling these goods to. I'm selling same product to customer. Okay, so in this case, if you see that I'm buying from outside, I'm selling to the customer. Maybe I can do small modifications like repacking. I can change the label. Okay, I can change something. But obviously, the target is like we are buying the product from outside and we are selling the same product to customer. Okay, in this case, if you understand that, so there is no production required because it's not my own production. It's my kind of the business, like I'm buying from outside and selling to the customer. Okay, so in this case I don't need a production planning, so this is not important here, right? Is it? So you agreed or not?
Agreed, sir.
Right, so suppose let's say I'm doing like, okay, manufacturing, so even the components also it's my own manufacturing, and even the finished goods also it's my own manufacturing, so I don't want to buy any products from outside. So in that case we don't need a metal management, right? So what it here the aim is, so it is not necessary all the areas, depends on the business process. If suppose it is banking sector, okay, banking sector we don't need any production. That is a banking sector also, it is a business, right? So there is no production it is required. Even some kind of that metal management also it's not major one because it's all they are doing only finance. All it's like a finance related, asset related, all these things. Okay, so depends on the business. Okay, so the areas also will be changed. Okay, so material management. Okay, material management. So majorly, even if it is a banking sector, also sometimes what will be happen if you want to buy some assets. Okay, like if I want to buy some laptops or a PC, if I want to buy some furniture. Okay, so obviously the material management is very important, right? Is it? Is it important? Is it mandatory or not?
Yeah, it is mandatory
Yeah. So
because we required what are the stock we have in the area.
correct, exactly. Right. So in case if we don't need any articles or if we don't need any products, in that case it's not required. But 90%, 95%, okay, I can agree that material management is a very important area in the all the sectors. Okay, because even it is a production department, sometimes it's not possible every component we have to be produced because they must be needed to buy from outside. So the material management is one of the most important area in the business side. Okay, so that's what material management, even it is a standard process, so it's always demanded. Okay, okay. So we have so many we have different kind of the areas. So one of the important area is material management. Okay, other than this material management area, so if you compare that, okay, finance is very important. Okay, and sales also sometimes it is very important. Production also is very important. So other than this one, so remaining might be it is some cases it's very important. So let's say example. Let's talk about that human resource HR. So when it is very important, what kind of the business is very important? HR.
For recruiting.
Good.
Manpower.
Sorry, come again.
Manpower.
I could not able to hear you. Can you speak? Sorry, I missed out that. You're talking something. Okay, so
For
recruitment.
recruiting.
Yeah, recruitment is one of the best example. If suppose
Employee details.
I'm running the consultancy. So I'm providing outsourcing people. Okay, so my business itself it's a consultancy. So I'm providing contractors, subcontractors to the IT team, IT maybe other companies. So we are providing contractors. Okay, so the contract level and labor management and recruitment level, staffing related. So those when it is especially this type of the businesses, HR is very important. Okay,
Third party.
so yeah, third party. It's like subcontracting, right? Subcons, contractors, like, right? So every module it is very important, but especially 95% of 95 to 99% material management, finance, and sales and distribution, production planning. These are very important. But HR is to mostly it is like 10%. I can say like 10% of businesses. It is very important.
What about QM, sir?
Quality management also very important. When quality management is very important, can you give me an example?
Tell me, sir.
Yeah, give me an example when it is very important, quality management. In which business it is very important?
SAP using in pharma field, pharmaceuticals also, na?
Yeah, obviously all the industries. That's what. So quality management also is very important. When it is important, if the it's like a pharma or if it's kind of the quality checkup. If they are giving that, okay, you should be maintain the ISO standards. Okay, let's say our company always maintaining ISO standards like food items, food articles. Okay, so every day they have to be validated that they will check that quality and whether they maintain the standards, everything ISO standards, and there's some kind of 9001 standards, everything. So in that case also quality management is also very important, right? So even I can say like 70 to 90% quality management also it's very important, but some industries it's not important, because if you suppose, let's say some kind of the industry like the quality management, if it is too little bit expensive, then they can skip that. Okay, they can go ahead with normal quality checkup. So but some industries like food and pharma, so these cases the quality parameter, quality management is very important.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
so I'm not saying that it's not important, but whatever the areas which is available, it is very important, especially for some industries. Okay, so pharma industries like pharma, and if I'm suppose chemicals is there, chemicals also is very important, right? For chemicals also quality checkup is very important, and pharma
QM,
is very important.
QM
Food industry
module
is very important.
linked with other any modules, sir?
Yeah, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously. So I'll tell you that. That also I will tell you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So coming to recipe, let's understand about that. What we'll cover in the this sections, okay, in future. So what will be covered here? So you can able to see my screen, right? Okay. So
Yes, yeah, yeah.
introduction of the SAP. Okay. And SAP journey, how it is started, and what kind of the changes, what kind of the tremendous changes happen in the SAP, what kind of the versions it is updated. Okay. So that will discuss in the SAP journey, and what areas it will be like covered in the material management. So like in the quality, when we're checking about quality, so quality parameters like, so in the material management also we have this, especially some areas is there, so that areas will be covered in the SAP. Okay, and standard business, what SAP which is provided in the material management standard business process. And other than this one standard business process, we have some special procurement process like third party, consignment, okay, and we have the STOs, okay, pipeline. Okay, so there are so many special procurement processes are there. So those will be covered. And integration areas. So what we discuss now, okay. So integration areas. So every area, every module, okay, if suppose material management, so the material management always it is integrated with the other areas. Okay, I'm just putting on a mute. Okay, okay, whenever you want to talk, just unmute that and you can talk about that. Okay, okay. Now integration with other areas is nothing but like a, okay, if I'm suppose material management is there, so how you will be connecting this material management, how we will connecting this material management, how we will get the requirements. So we will get the requirement from, sometimes we will get from the sales team. So the sales team is asking that, okay, when this is the trading or third party business process, so the sales people, they will connect to material management. Boss, this is my customer requirement, so can you get this stock from the vendor side, right? So that is the integration with ST and MM. Okay, and when there is a production, okay, so in the production, let's say assume that I'm preparing today some kind of the food item, like let's say biryani I'm preparing. So to make this biryani, what are the components which is required? I required oil, ghee, rice, and I required that curd, and I required chicken. So what kind of the products which is required? All this again, they will be contact to material management, and the material management will be arranging those products, right? So like plant maintenance. So when they are going to the maintenance, suppose let's say tomorrow I'm planning to wash my entire plant. So to clean that plant, okay, what actually it is required? Okay, so might be they need some kind of the ingredients like oil they required, grease it's required, okay, water they required, what services they required. So those are all, it will be they connected to middleman. So that's what. So every if it is quality management, it is there. So when I receive the goods from the vendor, so that I'm just requesting quality team, boss, can you do this quality inspection from your end? Okay, because I got this goods from the vendor, so I cannot accept immediately the product, because I also need to be maintain some standards. So I need to be do the some quality check. So what I'm doing, I'm just requesting quality management team, boss, I received this goods. It is there in the goods receipt area. Can you come and check that the quality of the product? Okay, then I'm integrating with the quality management team. Okay, so like finance. Okay, so whenever I'm just receiving the goods from the vendor, so I need to pay the amount to the vendor. So before that, I need to be validated whether I received the stock, whether I received the invoice, and whether the invoice value and the stock which is good and it is validated or not. Then I can inform to the finance team, boss. Okay, it is everything. It's good. Okay, I'm ready to. Please, can you pay the amount to the vendor? Please clear that. So that means I'm integrating with the finance team, boss. This is the information I can provide to you. So going forward, you can pay the amount. Okay, if there is any defect to is there, again I can raise that. Okay, don't pay any amount. So because the stock which is not good, so we planning to return that news. Okay, so those communication we are sending to the finance team. So like every area, okay, every area we are integrating with material management. So any doubts here in the integration area? You can unmute and you can talk that.
No, sir.
Yeah, okay. And Shankar, do you have any questions, Shankar?
No, sir.
Okay. And Srinivas? I think you joined just now, right? You are there in
Understood, sir. What you are telling, understood. Go ahead.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have only one question, sir. Is like MM team is act like a central department for every department, right, sir?
No, it's not only material management, okay, every area, even
Okay.
ST team also, they will contact to quality management team. Because before dispatching to customer, the stock when we dispatching to the customer, so obviously they will contact to quality management team, boss, I'm planning to dispatch this goods. Can you please check again the goods is good or not?
Okay.
Even in the production planning team. So production planning team also, once the produce the product, okay, they have to be checked that whether these products has put a standard, quality standards. Like because we have some standard parameters. Like let's assume that I'm just planning that some steel bowl. Okay, so my parameters like it is like a 2 ml length and 3 ml 3 mm which is like width. Okay, and the thickness will be like 1 mm. So this is the my parameters. So the quality parameter team, they will randomly check that sample they will take and they will check that okay, this is the as per the quality standards. Right? So it's not only material management is the central department. Every area have their own standards. They have own integrations.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. I'm just can go on mute. So you can unmute and we can ask whenever you have a question. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Now the next coming from then master data. So master data is like when we are getting the material like new product which is we are introducing that new product. Let's say I'm planning to produce this new product. So for this I again have some standard parameters. So that standard parameters will be maintained in the master data. Okay. So I'm getting some noise. Okay, I'm just putting on mute, Srinivas. Okay, if you have a question, you just unmute and you can talk. Okay.
Okay, sir.
There was some background noise. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so master data, so every area have their own master data. Suppose if I'm producing the product, so I should be have the product master data. So I should be have the material master data. So product, material, article, these three are the same. Okay, so different industries they are calling like if suppose I'm the apparel footwear industry, so then I can call as a product. Okay, if I'm from the IS retail, then I can call as an article master. So like if it is manufacturing industry, then I can call as a material. Okay, so even material, product, article is same. Okay, so don't confuse on that. This is almost it's same. Okay, so different kind of industries they call like. Okay, so every areas they have their own master data, like in the metal management, metal master, vendor master, because what are the suppliers who supplying these goods, and what are the address details of the supplier, what are the bank information, okay, how we can pay the amount to the that supplier, and where is from, and what the currency. Okay, somewhat the master data. These are the what is the meaning of the master data? This is the one-time record. This will be helpful to me to do the transactions. Like when I'm creating the purchase order. Okay, every time I cannot enter that vendor name, vendor address, vendor phone number, vendor email address, vendor bank details. So it's very difficult every time if I enter the manually. So what I can do, I can generate one code for that vendor, like identification number, and I'm just storing that the information what it is required from this vendor. So that those are information will never change. It's like a one-time record. Okay, so that is the called master data. Okay, so we have different kind of master data that we'll be discussing in the going forward. Okay, so every area have their own master data. Okay, and configuration. So how many new people know about the configuration? What do you mean by configuration?
Configuration means by
Like specifications of a material.
and
Okay, so when we're talking about the configuration, I just need to be explained the three parts here. Okay, end user, okay, and consultant. Okay, again in the consultant, functional consultant, and technical consultant. Okay, so end users again, in the end users also there is super users and core team members. Okay, so there are like super users and like again core team members. Okay, and there will be like IT team here, IT team. Okay, so this will be there. Okay, so what is the difference between these three? What is the functional consultant?
actually
What is the technical?
end user has some limitations, sir. End users works for companies or for a client. They don't have screen to access backend. They will use to they will work on a front end screen, like creating purchase order and GMs and like that reports, sir. Functional consultant is used to do work like a background in a SPRO to configure the materials and to create the material numbers and material codes like that. Technical consultants are like above consultants. They are used to develop the requirement.
Okay.
And functional consultant is like a middle, like a bridge, like end user to technical consultants.
Okay. So suppose I'm just giving that. Okay, live server. Okay, or live process. So who will perform this live process? So what do you remember live? What do you remember live?
Live means present, sir.
Yeah. So the business day-to-day operations. Day-to-day operations in a business. Okay. So you already understand that SAP software is for the business purpose, right? So whatever daily they are doing daily activities that they will be performing the software, right? Suppose let's say I have a home. Okay, in my home, my mother is they are going to vegetable market and they're buying the vegetables. Okay, my father they're going to the market and they're buying some furniture related or maybe some grocery related. Okay, and my brother is going to market and he's buying from the related to some spare parts or some television or something like that, right? So it is in my home. This is the operations daily. Okay, they can go and they can buy the products. Okay, like the business side. Okay, I'm getting the orders from the customers. I'm producing the product. I'm doing the quality checkup. I'm doing the purchasing the product from the vendor. So these are the daily operations. Okay, whenever there is a requirement in the inside the business, we are buying the product. Okay, so that is a day-to-day operations. That is a live business process, right? Business cycle. So who will perform this day-to-day operations?
End users.
End users. Exactly. So the end users are super users, are core team members and IT team. They are from the clients. Okay. So what is the client and what is the IT supporting team? Suppose, see, I have that. Okay. There is a client. Okay. Suppose let's say pharma industry. Suppose let's say pharma, pharma. It is there. One pharma company is there. Okay. Cipla, let's say assume that Cipla pharma company. Okay. Cipla pharma company it is there. Okay. Now there is a IT supporting team. There is IT supporting. Let's assume that essential. Okay. Now this Cipla will perform this day-to-day activities. Correct? Not essential.
Yeah.
Are you agreed?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So whoever they are from the end users and super users and core team members from the Cipla pharma company, they are performing the day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a live system. In the live system, so we can say production system.
Productions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So live system is nothing but like a production system. Okay.
Daily activities.
Yeah, daily activities. But
Yeah.
okay, so did they can operate directly the system without any support, without any help?
No. 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 No.
Right?
They can't operate.
Because yeah, because the standard SAP can give that. Okay, boss, I have the application, but how to operate that application? Okay, how you can operate these applications as per your business? So that okay, that Accenture or maybe IBM or it may be Infosys, someone they have to be designed as per the Cipla pharma company requirement.
Requirement. Yeah.
Yeah. So when the Cipla pharma company they planning to operate the SAP application, SAP software, okay, the Accenture will come into picture, and there are some IT company they will come into picture, and they are designing that the SAP application as per the client. Okay. So what do you mean by client requirement? Suppose let's say they have the different kind of purchasing. So Cipla Pharma they are doing subcontracting process. That means they have the raw materials, they have the some components, but they don't have production. They are approaching to the some third party and they're producing that. So that business process how they can do in the software. Okay, that Accenture will design that. Okay, and Cipla pharma company have the multiple plants. They have the manufacturing plant, they have the distribution plant, they have the stores. Okay, they have different kind of the plants, branches across the India. So how SAP system knows about that? Whether this Cipla pharma company have the 10,000 stores or 10,000 branches? How SAP system knows? So that will be designed by IT company. Okay, so in this IT company, okay, we have that functional and technical consultant. Okay, so this IT team, the functional consultant and a technical consultant, what they will do, okay, as per the client requirement, they will design the SAP application. Okay, so especially when we're talking about the functional and technical consultant, okay, so these two are working from IT. Okay, they are designing, they are in the phase of the designing, supporting everything. But again, functional consultant will design at a business point of view, and technical consultant will design when there needs some easiest way, that like suppose the simpler have that some kind of the customization information that it is not there in the standard, because every business have their own style of the business, their own style of the data. Okay, so that everything it is not covered in the standard SAP, right? So some of the customization which is required. So the technical team, what they will do, okay, so they will do the designing. Inside the designing, suppose there is some standard purchase order is there, but that standard business PO which is not helping to Cipla Pharma, because there is some information which is missing. What information? Some information he cannot able to enter, because there is some standard fields are there, but some information which is not there. So what I can do, I can inform to the technical team, boss, okay, the client is requesting that the existing standard functionality, it's not helping to the business, so they need some customization way. That means there is some customization screens, customization fields, customization restrictions to create a purchase orders. So that, okay, that technical consultant will be performed. Okay, so here what you need to understand, technical consultant will not contact directly to the business. Okay, only functional consultant will contact to the business or client, and they will take the requirement, and they will support, they will take the support of the technical team to design that. Okay, so basically you can say these are the code changes in the background. Okay, so technical consultant will be performed by code changes. So backend, the application backend, whatever the HTML, or it may be a script, or it may be code, JavaScript, whatever it is there, .xml. So all these things, okay, based on the client requirement, they will change. Okay, so these technical consultant will generally called ABAPers. Okay, so they will be performing this technical. Coming to the functional is like he will support to the business, okay, in their areas like material management, quality management,
All
production,
modules welcome. QM, PP.
PP, all these areas the functional consultant will support. Okay, so when I'm just talking about a functional consultant, he's not a part of, it's not only part of the design, he also part of the support. He is a part of the all the technical designs, and he's a part of that implementing the process. He's a part of that code. It's like building the process. All these things will be happen from the functional consultant. Okay, so now if I'm completed my material management course, so I am the functional consultant, not technical consultant. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
No, clear. Wonderful.
Now coming to the above, so most of the people might be they're not aware about this one. What is the end users, super users, core team member, IT team? Okay, some people might be aware about this, but I'm just repeating that. End users are, okay, they are daily operating that. Okay, they will just creating the purchase orders, they will creating the GR, they will do that. Okay, blindly they will create. Okay, because I got some requirement from the quality management team. They are saying that okay, you need to do some quality parameters check. That, so what they will do, that they will check the quality parameters and they will do. But the super users, what they will do, okay, they will be validating the information what they are entering that. Okay, what end user they are entering that information, the super users will be validating. Okay, suppose I created purchase order. Okay, so I required laptops. Okay, mistakenly instead of the one piece, if I created for 1,000 pieces, okay, so one piece it's cost 50,000. Then if it is 1,000 pieces, how it is like? Okay, so I have to, if I write the purchase order to the vendor, that means I'm agreed that I need this product from this vendor. So before going to the vendors, okay, the supervisors or the IT team or the core team members, they will validate that, or maybe business side, again business side also they have the some users. They will be validating that, okay, whatever you create a purchase order, is it correct or not? They will approve that stage. Okay, is it clear?
Clear.
Okay, now this core team member and IT team, okay, So they majorly they will support to that the functional team, okay, or technical team, okay, when there is a requirement from the end users and supervisors. Okay, so that means these core team members they have the some knowledge on the SAP, okay, and they have the knowledge on the business, complete business, okay, and they will try to understand that what end user is asking. See, if suppose the end user, okay, I'm the end user, so I'm requesting that boss, it's very difficult to me entering all this information. Can you create some customized program? Okay, so can you create this customized program to create PO? So what I can enter, I can enter the information in the Excel file and just uploading that Excel file. So its system should be automatically create a purchase order. So that is a requirement from the end user because his style, because he is creating daily thousands of the purchase orders. So it's very difficult every time if I enter the manually one by one, one by one, one by one, it's very difficult, right? So his style of the way he's asking that his requirement, boss, I need this help. I can enter it in the Excel. It's very easy instead of I'm entering manually in the SAP application. Okay. So then whatever they requested, whether it is suitable to the entire business. That means one end user is requesting, but that is impacting to globally other areas also, right? Because the same application they are using in the Europe, US, UK, Asia, okay, all the countries they are using, all the users they are using. If I change the application, so that will be impacting to the global or not. So the core team members and the IT team in the from client side, they are aware about this one. What implications will be there, what cost will be there, okay, what inputs it is required, okay, and this end user is asking, is it only for the single end user requirement or it is a business requirement? Okay, so that everything will be validated from this team, core team members and each team. And there is some upgradations or some implementation. This core team member and the IT team they will help to the functional team. Okay, sometimes what will be happen, this IT team also can support as a functional consultant. Okay, clear?
Clear.
Okay, so this is what the difference. So now coming to the configuration, okay, this configuration, okay, how it will be like the back end, okay. So like suppose Cipla Pharma have the 10,000 stores. So that 10,000 stores who will create the
It's
in the back end the configuration level will be creating functional as a functional consultant will be creating that plans stores, okay, like in the quality management. So from quality management they're saying that some standards they have to be maintained, okay, they have to be maintain the parameters like, okay, width, length, and the size of the product, okay, and standard format. So that everything, so they will design that these are the which is required when they are using this kind of the this style of the product. Okay, so it's not only a style, it's not only site, or it's not only stores, the entire backend, what is like company code, plans, purchase organizations, sales organizations, shipping points, okay, whatever it is very helpful to the regular transaction, live transaction, all will be designed in the backend from the configuration level. Okay, even if I say that approval strategy, so I said the end user, okay, cannot directly send the purchase orders to the vendor. Who can send? Once it is approved from supervisor, once it is approved from the core team member, once it is approved from IT team or business head, CEO, CFO, okay, then only they can help. So that design, that approval strategy design also will be performing from the configuration level. Okay, and financial level, if I just connecting that, okay, my inventories, okay, when I'm receiving the raw materials, okay, so how I can inform this information to the finance team? So I cannot send, boss, today I created 10,000 POs, okay, 10,000 stock I received, so this is 10,000. So this 10,000 again, different raw materials, different packing materials, different semi-finished goods, different finished goods. So it's very difficult, right? So what I can do in the backend configuration level only, I can design that, okay, automatic, like I can operating like whenever I am receiving the raw materials, it will be storing into one ID number, that is GL account, general ledger account. So tomorrow when finance team they want to see that, okay, they can go this GL account, they can see the value. Okay, yesterday you bought 10,000 euros of the raw materials, 20,000 euros of packing materials. So they can easily find from the GL account. So that GL account mapping also will be doing from the backend configuration. Okay. So whatever the daily operation, whatever it is very helpful, that information, okay, whatever it is supporting, that information will do in the configuration. Okay. Clear? Clear?
Clear.
Now, so that we will be discussing configuration, because we have as a part of the material management, whatever it is required, what kind of the configuration it is required, what kind of the restrictions we have, what kind of the different kind of business process. Okay, that everything will be discussing in the configuration level. Okay, and reporting. So every business, okay, so every business, okay, ultimately they are finally they're looking into that, what is the profit, what is the sales, what is the procurement purchasing today, and how much production it is happening. Okay, so uh, each one by one purchase order, if I want to look into that, it's very difficult. So reports, what they can give, I can give that. Okay, today 1,000 purchase orders which is created, so I can give that. So entire 1,000 purchase orders PO value, this is the PO value, and this is the vendors we have created. Okay, so that information we can give it in the report level. Okay, so each and every area have the different kind of the reports. Okay, clear? So did you understand what is the meaning of the report? Suppose my client, they're looking into that last 1 year sales report. Okay, what is my sales from the last 1 year, or maybe quarter, last 3 months, what is my sales? Okay, how much we bought, the purchasing value, how much we sell, and what is the profit, how much we got the profit. Okay, and how much we spent on the labor, how much we spent on the production, plant maintenance, projects. So like, so that report we can get it. So standard SAP, they have provided some standard reports. Okay, so 90% of the reports they have provided, but still the client can ask that, okay, I need some different way of the reports. So in those cases also, again, the funds technical team will be build these reports with the help of the functional consultant. Okay, so again, the functional consultant will reach to the core team members, supervisors, and users, and they can take the requirement. Okay, and they can design the report. Okay, clear? So customization reports also possible, and standard reports also, which is there. Clear? Any question here?
No, sir.
Okay. And coming to enhancement and customization. So I hope you understand what is the meaning of the enhancement and customization, right? So enhancement and customization is nothing but like okay, the client, if it is not happy with the standard business SAP application, if they need some customization, as we discussed about the technical consultant, how they're performing. Okay, so the customization and enhancements, okay, will be performed by technical consultant with the help of the functional consultant. So like design wise, screen wise, or it may be report wise. Okay, so different kind of the requirements from the client, that will be fulfilled from the enhancement. Okay, so that we will discuss in the future, how we can map it that. Okay, and moreover, it is like IDOC interface for you. So how many people know about this interface?
Regarding SAP interface, sir.
Yeah. So what do you mean by interface? General, I just want to know about it. What do you mean by interface? It is not a SAP interface, but I just want to know that what is the interface?
It's a structure of the tool or the software,
Mhm.
which has a subdivisions, and it has each and every requirement data required for the process.
Okay. Mhm. Strategy structure you are talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So interface, okay. So what is the use of this interface? Okay, okay. So what do you mean by interface it is like? Okay. So Let's go to this. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to that interface. What do you mean by interface? Suppose so it is not required if suppose let's say I have the e-commerce platform. How many people know about the e-commerce platform?
It's a online market.
Yeah, it's an online application. Online shopping, right? It's an online shopping software. Okay. Suppose so in SAP, let's say if in SAP, uh, suppose it is taking long time or it is too much expensive when we are storing some diagrams. Let's say suppose diagram or graphics, okay, or some kind of image. Okay, suppose when it is too much expensive, when we are going memory, when we are doing storing the diagram and graphics and image. Okay, so if you see that Amazon and Flipkart and Mindtree, okay, eBay. So if you see that most of the e-commerce is successful because of they can provide the exact image, right? If I have the 10,000 products, 10,000 products image they can display, right? So if I'm just searching for the laptop, okay, so when I'm just looking for the laptop, again in the laptop we had 14 inches, 15 inches, 11 inches, 12 inches, small size and big size. Okay, so by looking into the image, I'm very attracting that. Okay, this product is looks like very attractive, so I want to buy this product, right? So when the client they are thinking about that, okay boss, if I just want to go with this image loading and all, the SAP system, it is taking too much load and too much memory and too much expensive. So then what they can do, they can go with the third party software, okay, which they can give that the image, it is especially only for the image loading. Okay, so this is like a platform, it is like a third party software that is connected with the SAP software. So what client is happy with that all the functionalities in the SAP, but except that maybe image or maybe it's like a online shopping, online commerce like that. So they have some third party system. So in that case what they can do, okay, they will go with the interface. Okay, so what will happen interface? SAP to non-SAP. Okay, SAP to non-SAP. From SAP to non-SAP, the information will go using this interface. Okay, so it's not only SAP to non-SAP, even SAP to SAP also it's possible. Why it is required SAP to SAP? Why it is required SAP to SAP?
So that
Suppose,
the data can be transferred easily without any missing.
yeah. So if see suppose I'm my client, they are using SAP. Okay, vendor also they are using SAP. Customer also they are using SAP. Right? So how customer will create a order from their SAP, and that information is capturing into my client, and again my client is creating purchase order, and that information how it is going to vendor, because this is they have the separate SAP system, and the customer have the separate SAP system, and I have the separate SAP system, right? So when I'm just externally connected, okay, externally SAP system, when I'm just connecting, okay, then obviously I need interface. Okay, and even if it is like suppose my client is using SAP, okay, vendor using, suppose client using SAP, but vendor using some kind of the Ariba, or maybe it is like Oracle, let's assume that. Okay, and customer using some big data, something like some e-commerce. That's it. Okay. So in this case, if you see that SAP to Oracle, Oracle to e-commerce, or SAP to e-commerce, how data will be flow? So customer is created order in the e-commerce, then that should be replicated into SAP into my client. Then my client have to be create purchase order. That information again it will go to the Oracle system. So SAP to non-SAP and SAP to SAP. So these cases, the interface is very important. Okay. So here the interface, what it is required SAP to SAP and what it is required SAP to non-SAP and what do you mean by IDOC. Okay. So that will be discussing in the going forward in the classes. Okay. And any doubts here? Any doubts in the IDOC interface? Anyone have the doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Then the next one is data migration. So how many you know about the data migration? So what do you mean by data migration? And how many people know about the data migration? Okay, let's say, suppose I'm running the business. Okay, I am running the business. So I'm using Oracle system, Oracle software. Okay, so now I'm planning to, I'm not happy with the Oracle software. So what I'm planning that, okay, I just want to try with the SAP. So I want to go to the SAP. Okay, so now my company they decided that I just want to go to SAP software. So I want to use the SAP software. Okay, so already in the Oracle system, they are already doing some business. So that means they already, this software they are using from long time. Okay, the data it's already there. Okay, and that information, everything, the business process and the documents, material number, vendor information, customer information, GL accounts, all this information it is there in the Oracle. Now they're planning to do, they want to be used SAP software because they have some additional functionality. They are happy with that functionalities and they want to be come to SAP. So they want to be close the Oracle or .NET, something like we can say .NET or we can say, okay, Oracle, or there are so many ERP packages are there. So let's say, okay. So in this case, whoever they're implementing this information, implementing this SAP for this business, okay. So they need information, right? They need information, what type of the materials they have, how many materials are there, how many vendors are there, how many customers are there. Okay, so all this information they will be data migrated. Okay, so there was some automatic tools are there, or like how it is like, suppose today I need to be create 20,000 customers. Okay, so they have the 20,000 customers they have. Okay, and they have the 30,000, okay, vendors are there. Okay, or they have the 2 lakhs materials are there. So these materials already exist in the Oracle system. Okay, so when they are starting implementing SAP system, okay, so the data migration tools, okay, will helpful to that, can be created 20,000 of customers within the seconds, within the hours, within the like minutes or something. You can create these customers, vendors and materials in the SAP system. Okay, so for this they are using data migration tools. Okay, so even in the normal, it's not only for implementation, even in the support. Suppose today I need to create 1,000 materials. So then I can do what I can do. I can use the data migration tool. I can create 10,000 materials within the seconds. Okay, clear? So these data migration tools will be helpful to do the mass uploads, mass data uploads.
Sir, it's just like we look up in the Excel, right?
VLOOKUP in the Excel means you're matching VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP it's like a Excel matching, but it's not uploading to the software.
No, sir, I'm saying that it's just like
Yeah.
taking the multiple
Fast.
datas.
So you're thinking
And-
like fast. It's like fast entry, right?
Fast entry, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of that. Okay. We can do within the few seconds, few minutes. So we can create lakhs of materials.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So that's why the migration, because even I can create manually material number one by one I can create. Okay, but 10,000 materials, 20,000 material, 1 lakh materials if I want to create, then it will be take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months
Time taking.
time. Yeah, time taking, right? So data migration is like tools. It's like we can do from the Excel file and we can upload at a time within a few seconds, few minutes, it will be created. Okay, clear? And yeah, so this is the will be this data migration process will be helpful when there is implementation rollouts and some kind of the upgradation projects and support projects. It will be very helpful. Okay. So other than this one, I will be take the mock interviews at the end of the all the section. Okay, and we'll plan maybe in middle of that also, because we have the lakhs of the process, like a different kind of process. Okay, so we can take up the mock interviews so that you'll be understand that what kind of questions they will ask in interview in the real time. Okay, so and we'll discuss about what real time it is, what actually practical we can do, and what real time it is like. Okay, that we will discuss. Okay, so this is the overview. Okay, again, if you go to each and every point, there is so much content out there, but I'm just giving the overview of that, what it will be like. Okay, clear? So this was the course content which you like. So anyone have the questions on the course content, or anyone have doubts?
How many days it will take, sir, for this MM
Yeah, I'll tell
training?
you. Yeah, I'll tell you that course details or not. But if you have any course content related queries, you can ask me. Yeah, I think you are in the initial stage. Okay, yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe if you already aware about SAP, then maybe you have the questions. But if you are in the initial stage, okay. So this was the process like. Okay, so if I just go to we'll go start this introduction and all in the next class. But I'll just go with that. Okay, so this is the timelines here. Okay. Okay, so this is the timelines here. If you see that, what to be covers here, introduction and theoretical. Okay, so initially, 1 week and 10 days, we will be discussing theoretically. Okay, so why it is very important theoretically, because most of the people they will directly start with practical. Okay, so but without knowing knowledge on the theoretical and what actually SAP, what kind of a business process, if you don't have idea about the theoretical, then there is no use if you started practical immediately. Okay, so obviously there is 1 week to 10 days. I have that theoretically an introduction part. Okay, so in this theoretically what we will discuss, what kind of the different scenarios we have, what kind of business process, how we can operate to SAP. Okay, what kind of real time it will be there. Okay, so how it is landscape will be there. So different important things will be discussed here, introduction and theoretical. Then coming to practical. Okay, whatever we discuss here theoretically, that we'll be planning to do in the practically. Okay, so then we'll discuss about that, what kind of information which is required for that development. Second, in the developments we have the rise of like reports, interface, conversions, enhancement, forms. Okay, so that everything will be discussed in the developments. And migration, which we discussed, data migration related, and mock interview. So the entire sections, like it will be 45 days to 60 days. Okay, the timing lines will be 45 days to 60 days. Okay, this was the plan. So any questions on this timeline?
Sir, in this timeline, there is no interface one.
There is no
Interface.
that will come under here, right? Development, reports,
Okay, sir.
interface, conversions, enhancement, and forms. Everything it will be covered. Okay, it's part of development. Okay, so development is like a technically what it is required, how what real time it is required. So even if I can say interfaces, we can cover in the here.
Software provides server during practice.
Yeah, we will provide a server. Okay, for 2 to 3 months we'll provide. Okay.
Okay.
So after that, after 3 months, if you want to do practice again, so you need to be buy. So it cost around 1,000 rupees for 3 months. If it is ECC server, if it is S4 HANA, then it is 2,000 to 3,000
Per month.
for 3 months.
For 3 months. Oh, okay.
Okay, it's not per month; it's 3 months. Even
Sir.
we have some offline servers also. Okay, if you buy if you pay 500 or 1,000 rupees, they can install directly into your PC or in your laptop. Okay, so no need to pay on monthly basis, but since it is loaded into your system, okay, it will be very slow. Okay, so to connect the SAP system, again you have to be start a server and you have to be connected. So instead of that, initially, if we are good with that, you can go with the online servers for initially 6 months or 7 months. Once you get the on hand practice everything, okay, then you can go with the offline servers.
Okay.
Okay? Because initially, if it is taking long time to operate that, so you don't have that much patience. Okay, so why it is taking too much time to connect the server? Why it is taking connecting to purchase order? Okay, so when it is online server, it is like based on your internet, it will be connected quickly.
Okay.
Right? Any questions other than this one?
Sir, after the courses, like after completion of SAP in MM,
Okay.
okay, how will be our career?
How will be your career is like? See, I said right initially, which is like, okay, we have different areas like material management, production planning, quality management, everywhere. Okay, so whatever the upgrades which is coming, whatever upgrades which is coming, the material management and the production planning, finance and sales, all is a base. Okay, without this base, they cannot go with the other software. So even there are so many other upgrade areas. Okay, some integration areas or interface areas, but still material management is the base. Okay, so obviously your career is good. Okay, but depends on your practice, depends on your hard work. It depends on it. So like if you see that SAP application in the global wise, okay, so I can say 80 to 90% customers they are using SAP software.
Yeah.
Okay, when I'm just comparing to the middle and high level, not small scale industries. Okay, because obviously why? Because if you want to implement SAP software, okay, so it minimum if it is a small company, minimum it will take 5 crores. Okay, so obviously the middle level industries and high level industries they will go with this SAP software. Okay, so obviously the support and the career will be good because every time you need to be upgraded. Okay, now suppose let's say metal management, you completed metal management. Okay, you started with metal management. So after 2 years, 3 years, again you need to be upgraded with the some other area. Again warehouse management. You need to be build your areas. Okay, when you are doing multiple tasks, multitasking. Okay, obviously client also very happy with that and they can take your support. So I'm just saying that it's not only material management, you also need to be built in the other areas. Okay. So suppose let's say you started your career, and suppose let's say you started your career in May. Okay. So let's say you surveyed 6 months or 1 year. Okay. So now you are good in the material management. You are a good professional in the SAP MM. Then try to understand, try to learn in the some other areas which is integrated with the MM. So MM and WM. So WM is a warehouse management, and extend to that extended warehouse management, or some like production planning, quality management. So like other areas also you have to be covered. So obviously when you started working, obviously you will be understanding that other areas also, because it is integrating with other areas. But so every time you need to be updated. Clear?
Okay. With pharmaceutical experience, we
Yeah.
can shift to SAP, sir.
Yeah, pharma is there. Obviously, right? Pharma is a high level industry level. So I didn't see that small scale industry in the pharma. Maybe it's a you can say like small labs and all. But if you go to that pharma industry, it's like a high level only. Okay. Even if you see that Hyderabad or some labs, if you can see, still they are using SAP.
Okay, okay.
So most of the people they are using SAP. So
Sure, sure.
mostly you can compare that Oracle and SAP will be everywhere it is touching. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So SAP is the leading now, high level leading software,
SAP. Hmm.
because why it is like, so the compliance level and security level uh, and moreover it is like a frequency and speed, everything it will be good in the SAP.
Hmm.
Okay. And moreover if you see that the journey, SAP journey, okay, every time SAP also it is giving the upgradation. See, it started with 1972. Okay, then they started with single server, then two servers, three servers, and inbuilt servers, Sahana database servers. So there are so many. Every time it is like every 5 years, 6 years, it is upgrading. So when there is upgrading, you also need to upgrade your skills. Okay, because obviously the market which is like every time which is speed, like if suppose artificial intelligence is there. Okay, so how it is integrated with like SAP. So there's too much quickly learning also, upgrading it's very required, but the base obviously it is required.
Now running HANA, sir.
Yeah, now it is running HANA. Okay, I just stopped it recording. Okay.